You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say it. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, the Our Father mentality. So Netflix has this show called, this special documentary called Our Father. It's about, what do you call that? A doctor who's a fertility doctor who at this point has 90 plus children because instead of inseminating his patients with their husbands or boyfriends or the sperm bank's sperm, he walks off into his office and he just, jerking off in a bottle and then coming back and eyes the pappy, but they didn't know. So, and he did that for decades to the point where, like I said, he got 90 plus children, that means and counting, in like a 25-mile radius. And what's interesting is he got a $500 fine for this. And I got to fast forward, spoiler alert. At the end of this, they found 44 other doctors doing the same thing. Of course, they was white, right? So, why am I talking about this? Because of actually the racial implications of kind of the Buffalo shooting, where, you will not replace us, the replacement theory, right? So, come to find out, this doctor is, of course he's a Christian. No, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed, I'm going to impregnate these white Aryan people and get some Aryan babies because I don't want the niggers running amok. That's how actually it was going. So, but the problem with that is also, because he was white, and that was part of his MO, when the other white people brought up like, yo, something's funny about this guy, other white people they sent stuff to the Attorney General. We're not watching. It did a news story. They're not watching. Years go by and it's like, oh, I can't believe. Oh, we have to get back to you. This is really going on? Huh. If we only had evidence. We sent you evidence 2 years ago. Huh, really? Huh. That's interesting. And it's happening in Indianapolis, basically. So, Nap Town, you know what I'm saying? I think it's called Brick City too sometimes. Or is that Oklahoma City? I forget which one. Anyway, now we're at a point where, the kids got to find out, and this is the trifling part about it. He was literally doing this when husbands and wives would come in, and the husbands would give a sample there to inseminate their wife, and he would go in his room and jerk off anyway. So they was like, hey, this has got to be some type of sexual assault. Now, ironically, I don't want to hear no more talk about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly after this. I mean, I really don't. Because there are no way on the level of this. And this is the part about the racial implications of the things white people can get away with, right? So you got to pay this man thousands of dollars for him to walk in his office, jerkins it up, get your wife pregnant when you're married. Or if she's not married, she picks somebody, he said, that's nice, but he ain't me though. So now a bunch of these adults, because they're adults now, have medical issues. And guess who they all stem back to? Him. And what is his excuse? What is his thing? Oh, you should just not worry about it. Let it go. My God is a wonderful God. Oh, this shouldn't be public. What are you doing? It can ruin my 57-year-old marriage. I don't know. What is the problem? You can't do this to me. I'm a beacon of hope in the community. I'm highly involved in the church because when I was a kid, I ran over, when I was a young man, I ran over a kid on a bike. and still became a doctor. But I did it on accident. They darted in front of me. But they portrayed it like he just stopped paying attention. He started looking at the radio and ran over a little girl. So a kid could have darted in front of him. Who knows? But this is how, you get involved. This is how you come close. When you become closer to Christ, then you go around just, assaulting women without necessarily assaulting. Because he kind of knew the rules. Like, well, technically, I didn't assault them. I'm a doctor. They came to a fertility clinic to get some sperm. And it just happened to give them a little mind. It's working because I'm knocking them up left and right. So I know I've got a great success rate. So, and then when people think about like race and racism, because the reason why racism came into play is because he had this affiliation with this kind of cult part of the religion that was outside of his Christianity that wanted to keep the race pure. And, one or two of the kids they were interviewing was like, he really basically conceived us so we can be blonde-haired, blue-eyed babies to keep the white race going. This is disgusting. And mind you, he doesn't care how many lives he ruined as far as the fathers. These guys thought they had kids. And he took that away from them. Does it matter? No, $500 fine. Well, God you should just forgive it and move on. And this is why people like myself in America look at, white people crazy, because this is their mentality. And this is the mentality that's passed down from generation to generation to generation. Yes, I did all that, but it really wasn't a crime. I got a $500 fine and I got 90-something kids. And guess what? All of those 90-something kids that, those families paid me, and I got well compensated to go off in the back room and jerk off and impregnate their moms. No child support. They already signed the waiver. But hey, this is America. This is what you pay people for, right? Maybe that was wrong. Maybe that was immoral, but at the time it wasn't illegal, so he gets to keep everything. And like I said, they caught 44 other doctors doing this afterwards. I wonder if and then 44 people was mad they Colin Kaepernick kneel for the anthem. You know what? Anyway, like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.